Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Randomania, fans of Final Fantasy, fans of randomizers. We have for you the last new player showcase before the upcoming league. With me tonight in the booth, I have Mr. Versetti 13.
How you doing, Shadow?
Good. We've got, how many people do we have today? We've got 1, 2, 3, somewhere around 6 people, it looks like, 6 to 8. And this is going to be our last showcase before we start up the new league. The league is going to be starting October 1st, so to avoid scheduling conflicts and demand on commentary and trackers and whatnot, we're going to give them a little bit of time to prep for the league. Tonight on screen, we've got Elastoid, Neon Gray, Melee Wizard, and Stonyrath 11. And we are going to be doing a souped-up version of the Stage 1 flags. I think we're going to have a great race, Mr. Rossetti.
I think so as well. I like the party that everybody's going to have to take tonight. The fighter, the red mage, and the 2 black mages. I like that party composition. What do you think?
It's a great party combo. Your fighter is going to be your primary tank. Got a lot of black magic power and some white magic too. I think this is going to be great.
Oh, I think so too. Can't wait to see some good strategies. Can't wait to see where these items are going to be and see what we're going to get first. You know, maybe we'll get a canoe floater right away. Who knows?
Yep, that certainly could happen. So just a reminder for these Stage 1 flags, it is going to be the main NPCs that are incentivized. So people like the King, Princess Sarah, and the robot, the vendor item, and then we've got the lock chest in Corneria and the chest and ordeals. And our runners should be starting very shortly. Looks like they're making the countdown now.
Excellent. I'm ready. Let's do it. So, just a reminder to anybody that's out there, League is open to anybody that wants to join. You don't have to have been in the Discord community for a certain amount of time or anything. If you want to join in on this, if this looks like fun, you are welcome to just jump right in. Absolutely. It's a wonderful community. Everybody's real friendly. Everybody's always willing to help. It's just, I can't say enough good things about this community, so come on over.
Looks like we've got just a little bit of delay going on right now. Looks like one of our racers, St. Von Jester, had some technical difficulties, so hopefully we're going to get that sorted out and the race should be starting shortly. Another reminder, the league is not just individual play, there are also teams. So you can get 3 of your friends to sign up as a 4-man crew and compete together for your team. We have had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams sign up already. We've got Team DuckTales, including some of our newest runners. Team Smart Cookies, people like Manochi85, who's our restreamer tonight. Ikben Maya, Fuchsia Fantasy, Tyrannex, Legends of Leagues, some of our most seasoned veterans, X-Ice Blue, Artea, Tristal, Will Bloodworth, Team Senile Cat Pajamas Vocal Band, Sho Fugamachi, Antlers, Bismarck 189, Lord of the Sense. Oh, here we go.
Excellent. We're off and running. We've got Bane, level 1, Lock 2, Confused, Heal 2, Tier 4, level 1. It's not
Those
bad.
are some great spells. Bane's going to be a great crowd clearer. And
Absolutely.
Tier 4 is in a red mage learnable slot, so good healing magic available.
Absolutely. You can't beat that. And it looks like nothing special in the item shops. Silver knife, nah.
Alright, so we're going to get a look at our shop, see if the vendor item is here. Not just yet. Good items available in the item shop, though. It's always good to see healing potions available and camping gear inside Corneria. That is going to make your life much easier.
Oh, it sure is. Hey, you got to be able to save it and get done what you need to get done.
Alright, so we got a couple of imp fights that are blocking our runners. This shouldn't take too long. Unfortunately, it looks like Melee Wizard didn't quite get all of them with a single Bane. burns off a second Bane. But with having 3 black casters, that's a lot of casts of Bane available to start off with. So
Oh yeah, it sure
not
is.
too big a deal.
Yeah, and it looks like Sonny Wrath is going to be our first. He's going to take on Garland here. He's going to go with the Bane strats. And down he goes.
Yeah, nothing to it but to do it.
Exactly
Bane
right.
takes him out. Garland doesn't have much magic defense, so it's a pretty reliable way to take him out quickly.
King with the crown and the princess with the slab.
Okay, so the crown's a great pickup. With the progressive EXP, we're going to be able to get the crystal herb and mystic key out of that, which is going to unlock the Corneria locked treasure chest. So that's going to be 20 to 25% experience points that you can get out of that. So that's great.
Absolutely.
Slab is absolutely required, but it's not something you want to see early.
Yeah, not normally. You prefer to see a canoe. I could take crown and canoe. That would be okay. But that slab, that's a little early for that.
Yep, so I imagine we'll see a good portion of our runners head over to Provoca and take out the pirates. With Bane, that's going to be an easy task. That'll be another free key item available. And also access to level 2 magic.
Yeah, it's going to be we can take a peek and see what's in there.
Alright, so it looks like Elastoid and Neon Grey are finishing up their Johnson the Temple of Fiends. King's Best Knight going down to Bane.
Yep. And then looks like Neon Grey is going to get their crown and slab, and then Elastoid's he's right behind Neon Grey.
Sonny Wrath, as predicted, gonna head on over to Provoca and give us a quick look at what that town holds for us.
He's gonna pay a little visit to Bicky the pirate too, and see what he's holding today.
Yeah, that pirate crew, they seem to terrorize the town of Provoca every time we come in here. But ooh, wolves with ice too. That's not something you want to see in the early game.
No, it's
you're
not.
gonna see wolves quite frequently, so that could cause our runners a little bit of problems trying to maneuver about the world.
Yeah, I got Harm 4, Fog 2, Lamp, and Exit in the level 2 White Magic shop. Couple of good ones in there. And we've got Lit 3 and Ice 3. And there was a chest in the Temple of Fiends that was worth about 7,000 gold, so they've got a bit to pick
Ice 3, Lit 3, Temper, and Hold. That is a stacked level 2 Black Magic shop.
It absolutely is.
So
and that's definitely...
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that's what you want to see in the early game. That's absolutely, especially with having 3 black magic casters. I think there's going to be no shortage of area of, effect attacks, spells and whatnot.
Yeah, getting that first AoE sweeper is a really big deal. And with Ice 3, that is the second best black magic sweeping spell you can get in the game. Eclipsed only by
Power Gauntlet and Matoya.
Well, that's a nice find. It's not going to be
we have a
amazing for the early game, but it's really good for the end game.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you get some, like a Chaos or a Tiamat with high evade, that can certainly help out. Definitely.
Okay, so Bicky gives us the canoe, and now you have a little bit of a decision. Do you want to go straight down to Crescent Lake, or do you want to go over to Astos? I think the right play here is to take the rivers south to Crescent first, and take some fights along the river to get some extra levels, extra hit points. But what do you think you would do, Versetti? Would you do the same?
I think who just had the wipe? Was that Neon?
Looked like it.
Oh wow. I would probably head down to Crescent Lake. I think that'd be the play that I would go for. But I'm curious to see what, because it looks like Sonny's heading back and going to head over to possibly the Dwarf Cave and the Northwest Castle to turn in that crown.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair play. I think both are good decisions. Going and trying to turn in the crown is going to get you a lot of key items, as mentioned earlier. Going to get a lot of extra EXP. The only reason I might hesitate to make this play as opposed to going down to Crescent is if those sages have the floater, then you can make this trek to do the crown chain a lot faster. Now, obviously, that's not guaranteed, but...
No, but I like the thought process with that. That is definitely another thing to think about. That if you do get that floater, then you're absolutely right. You can speed this up immensely. It looks like the dwarves were holding 12,500 gold in that chest, so that's a good pickup there.
That's going to be a great amount of money to get our shopping done in Elfland. We have a lot of mages, so that's a lot of money that's going to be needed to fund these spells.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like Sonny's pretty confident right now. He didn't even stop to save before he went into the Northwest Castle. But with as stacked what they are as magic, yes, he Astos, down he goes.
Yeah, with 3 black casters and both Ice 3 and Lit 3 available at level 2, this is a trivial fight. Even if Astos rolls high evade or defense, he's just not going to have the hit points to be able to survive multiple level 2 spells.
Nope. Especially when you're casting Ice 3, there's just no way. So I don't think, looks like okay, so it looks like the Lastoid is going to head back and do the same thing that Sonny did. I don't think we've seen anybody go south to Crescent Lake yet.
Yeah, I think this is a very sensible play, and especially if you're concerned about maybe taking some wipes on the rivers, because there are some fights that can do a lot of damage to you and cause some problems. I'm curious to see if anybody is going to diverge and go south instead.
It looks like Melee might be heading down that way. I'd like to see what's down there.
All right, looks good. So we'll see how dangerous these river tiles are. Maybe Melee Wizard with Lit 3 and Ice 3 won't have too much trouble getting past some of the Karibs and the Hydras and such on the water. I think this is a smart play.
Yeah, me too. He just got to, and like you said, you got to be careful of those river monsters, because we've both seen Hydras that are that hit like trucks, and you always want to hope for the best to try to get a nice smooth sail down there.
So Melee Wizard doubling back. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, so real quick, the floater was in the Provoca item shop.
Oh, okay.
And it looked like it was, I didn't see the exact amount, but maybe 22,000?
Look, yeah, right around 22,000. Okay, so floater in the vendor shop. Now, if the other runners were taking that into account, seeing that the floater was there, I can maybe understand more why some of our runners were going west as opposed to going south. I think that makes a lot more sense now.
Well, especially with the amount of money that they can get, the 12,500 in the Dwarf Cave, that's over halfway there to paying for that floater.
Yeah, I mean, chests are a great way to get money. There are a lot of gold chests in the game, and that kind of makes me wonder if maybe one of our runners will try to do an early armory floor of Volcano Dip to get some money. I think that could be a viable play, too. Head down to Crescent, pick up the key item, hit up the armory looking for that 22k that you need, then trek it back to Provoca and get your floater.
Yeah, because, the little bit of time that you're going to spend walking back and forth is going to be made up when you go and do, the fetch quest and, Sarda and all of those different things. It's going to make it a whole lot faster.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting routing decision. So there's also a number of chests that you could argue that getting that Mystic Key would be the better play, because you're not going to have to take any fights. It's not going to be dangerous to go check all those key lock chests.
No, so you've got quite a few. If you look at the numbers, you've got quite a few chests that you can go check after getting that key. The hardest part of the quest is basically beating Astos, and he doesn't seem to be any sort of a problem today. So it's, get all that done, then get the key, and then you can at least 10 that I can think of, the 4 in the Elfland castle chests, and then the 6 in the locked Corneria area. So that's 10 you could get right off the bat.
Then there's also the 3 in Northwest Castle, and you can take that moment to check what those trap tiles are there. Maybe there's a good fight that doesn't have a whole lot of hit points to get some XP down the road. And about a dozen or so chests in Dwarf Cave locked behind the Mystic Key.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got quite a few. I think there's 9. Well, there's 11 total, I believe, in the Dwarf Cave. And looks like sages are given the tail.
Tail's great. That's going to mean class promotion immediately after getting that floater, which is great news. There's no black belts. There's no reason to sit on that tail. Going to give access to better spells, better armor, better weapons. That's going to be great news.
Absolutely. Looks like the Lastoid having a little bit of trouble. I saw that he had taken a wipe. I'm not sure if that's because enemy had a bad something, or if it was just maybe the low levels and some.
I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably the Ice 2 wolves. You'll see wolves in packs a lot, and if you get bad turn order, that could do a lot of damage to you very quickly.
Oh, it sure can.
So it looks like Melee Wizard, now after having gone to the Sages, is going to go ahead and go west to Elfland.
Well, that's a good play after, getting that item. It's the next place to go. I wonder if he saw the floater in the item shop.
Melee Wizard did stop into the item shop in Provoca. Definitely saw the floater.
Okay, so he's seen it then. Good. So really, at that point, I don't know what would Let me throw a thought your way, Shadow. So say we see that item in the Provoca item shop. At any point, do you think about grinding out that gold, or do you I know you'd probably have to weigh the time it would take to get that amount versus finding some high gold chests. But would you ever think about a grind to maybe get that money?
The only way I would take a grind to get that money instead of trying to check chests or doing progression at the same time would be if there was a good fight outside Crescent Lake for like a first encounter after power cycle. If you power cycle and then see 2 giants or something, giants are worth a whole lot of money, and you'll get several thousand gold per fight.
Mm-hmm.
And level 4 nuke, that
absolutely
is wonderful. If you're looking for a way to take out those giants, Nuke will do it in a hurry.
Speak to the devil, no kidding. Oh, that's great. That's going to be many, many, many casts of Nuke this seed. So that's good to see.
Pro rings and gold bracelets both available in the armor shop as well. Looks like pro rings were only 3,600. That's great.
Oh, that's real cheap. Get a couple of high-valued gold chests. Maybe they can get lucky and find the max gold, the 65,535 chest, and then you're set.
Yeah, in this flag set, because it's so fast, you have just the main NPCs being incentivized. There's a lot of incentive to knowing where good buyable items are. So knowing that those gold bracelets and pro rings are both available in Elfland, that's going to be a guaranteed way that they can gear up their party, especially with having 3 mages.
Oh, absolutely. And that's going to be perfect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That's good defense and good everything for those guys.
Oh, and Sonny Wrath has picked up the money he needs. He is our first with the floater.
Oh, I know where he's going. He's going to burn off those first couple of encounters, and then he's going to head right on down to the Ryokan Desert, and he's going to be airborne within minutes, hopefully.
Well, maybe. Although he appears to be going west, so I'm now a little confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that play is. I know if I was sitting in Sonny's shoes right now, I would be gassing for get that floater turned in. Because once you get up in the air, you and I both know that unlocks quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I could see to be going west would be going to Elfland, but if you have the floater, then you might as well pick up your airship and make that trek to go turn in the herb to get the key much faster.
It absolutely will. So I guess we'll see what Sonny's strat's going to be here. It's like Melee's hitting the Temple of Fiends here, going to pick up his 7 grand gold, and then I know one of these is a copper gauntlet up here. Oh, it's a pure potion. Okay.
Yep, 7K is going to help towards getting that 22K to get the floater.
Neon Gray has the dank herb. Has the herb already from Matoya, so I suspect they're going to head down to
I didn't catch how much gold. Did you see if they had enough?
I did not. But then I suspect that Neon's going to go turn in that herb, get the key, grab those 4 chests right there, possibly head to Corneria and grab those 6, then Dwarf Cave, and so forth and so on. But it looks like Melee's got the gold now, pretty close.
Yeah, with that 7K pickup, I think that's going to do it.
I mean, he might need a little bit more, but I think that's something he might be able to get on the way as long as those stinking wolves will leave him alone.
Speaking of, commentator's curse. Alright, so Elastoid going to be turning in his herb to get that Mystic Key. Sawney Wrath is quick to follow in his footsteps. So it looks like at this rate, Melee Wizard may actually be our first of our featured runners in the air.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Elastoid didn't be the first to give us a look at these chests in here to see what's in there. Ice sword, short sword, cabin, and money. No, not much money either. So nothing super good in there. And it looks like that's going to be enough to give Elastoid the money to go and pick up that floater as well.
Alright. Big pack of wolves from Melee Wizard looks to be getting in his way, but Quick Ice 3 is going to take him out. I think I might be behind, so I'm going to refresh real quick and hopefully get caught back up with where you're at, Mr. Vassetti.
Yeah, because I'm just watching the comm stream. I don't know. I hope I'm not ahead of everybody. I don't want to call it too soon.
Alright. Melee Wizard's got the herb. Neon Gray getting their Mystic Key right now. Sawney picking up that coveted level 4 nuke. Boy, nuke and fast. Great.
Oh, those are some good spells. They're definitely going to be getting some use today.
Alright. So now Sawney Wrath is heading east, but doesn't have the floater. I guess just going to Crescent to talk to the sages.
Well, it's kind of a loop almost. Gotta get this one here and then go over here to get this one. And so I believe Melee just bought his floater. And I'm curious to see if he's going to go to the desert or what he's going to do.
Well, I would bet that Melee Wizard is going to make that trek south. He's the only one on stream that has gone and talked to the sages. So at the very least, he knows with the open progression options that he can just go south. I'm wondering if maybe that's what's tripping up some of our other players.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they knew about open progression and the path that's open there, but...
yeah, maybe they... who knows?
We're getting an update from Sardia. Sawney, in fact, does have the floater. So that makes a lot more sense now.
Oh, okay, good. Good. So Sawney's pretty close to the desert then, and it looks like so is the Elastoid. I think they're both... it looks like Sawney's going to take a step into Crescent here.
Yeah, gonna get the tail from the sages, and I'm sure going to be very happy about that. Early class change is so very important. You find those good knight weapons and armor, and you definitely don't want to be blocked out of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, it gets really lucky. The first old man.
Yep.
No confusion there.
No, not that time.
Okay, so Melee Wizards making the trek to the desert. Sawney Wrath looks to be stocking up before making their trip over.
Yeah, looks like Sonny's a couple steps away from having his airship.
Yep, looks like Sony Wrath is going to be the first one in the air. And I don't know about you, but I'd be going straight to Sarda and then immediately to Bahamut.
Yep. That's what I'd be doing as well.
We also have the Keylock chest in Corneria still to check. So I would imagine Sony Wrath will also be routing that in.
Yeah, looks like Sonny's gonna head to into the incentivized chest in here. And and this chest he's about to see and Ordeals, those are the two incentivized locations. And we have the bottle.
The bottle's great. There's going to be some more key items to turn into, get some extra EXP, extra money.
I believe it's 5% this seed. Yeah, 5% per key item.
Yeah, 5% per key item. And Melee Wizard in the Cardia Islands finds the Mazamune.
Oh, he sure does. Oh, and it looks like Sarda has the loot.
Okay, so
you're gonna
Sarda
need that
with
item.
the loot.
He's in there. Well, you know, he's stuck in a cave. Doesn't have much to do, but he has a lot of time on his hands. So I suspect he's a pretty phenomenal loot player by now.
One would only imagine. Nothing but some money in this this island.
Yeah, and the last toy just got his slab translated. So that's one less thing to do.
Yep, everything that you can route in along the way is going to save you just a little bit of time, so it's a good play.
Mm-hmm. And Sonny with his. And we just had our first Vorpal sighting on Neon Gray's screen in the Dwarf Cave. So,
the dwarves are holding on to it for safekeeping. As a last toy is quick to follow, Melee Wizard doing a quick class change up in Bahamut. He's going to be very happy. And the Vorpals come out and chat.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, and it looks like Melee already got the class change. So he's ready to find some of those endgame weapons now. And
so it looks like Robot and Ordeals are the last two checks that we have for key item progression. So one of them is going to hold the rod and the other is going to hold the cube. I think at this point, once you get done flying around and turning in all your quest chain items, would you head straight to Ordeals, or would you maybe look to try and clear out the Onrak continent, hit up the waterfall, and try and do Sea Shrine first?
You know, I'd probably hit the waterfall first, just because you can get the waterfall, then you can get the Sea Shrine right on your way back. Kind of like while we're there, let's just get it, you know? And Sonny with their Mazmune as well. Looks like
so everybody's just kind of flying around and doing what everybody else was just doing a moment ago. Well, we got a little bit of time, and everybody's just kind of fetch quest chaining. I want to talk about some more of the teams that we've got. So, total of 10 teams I've gotten through Senile Cat Pajama Vocal Band. We also have Team Apathy in the league, Team Roadhouse, Team Math, Team Trash Island Fire Department, Team Friend Mech, and the Lit Warriors. So anybody that's looking to get in on that league action, there's going to be a lot of teams joining the fray. So
and some
definitely
good
going to be a
team
fun time.
and some certainly good team names as well.
Oh, absolutely. And wonderful flags. Everybody's getting real creative, and I love some of the flags that we have. Team Friend Mech is definitely one of my favorite flags. Friend Mech just wants to give hugs.
That's right. That's right. And it looks like Sonny got his class change as well. So that's good. Everybody's just kind of rocking and rolling now.
Yep, Melee Wizard going in their Mystic Key, going to be quick to follow up with the Corneria chest, I'm sure. And I'm curious if we'll see a check over in Dwarves to pick up that Vorpal Blade or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, while you're there checking chests, you know, it's not the worst thing you can find.
Absolutely. I'd be very tempted with Ice Sword, Vorpal, and Mazza. You could distribute those weapons around and have 3 really good melee attackers in the event that you don't want to spend your resources on spells.
Exactly. Well, and that's why I like the Red Mage too, because they can do magic and they can do attack. So that's kind of nice to save a nuke charge or two. You can always swing that Ice Sword, and the Ice Sword's not a bad sword either. So it's kind of a win-win right there.
Yep.
And where is Sonny going? Is he?
Sonny is going to Ordeals.
Ordeals, he sure is. Gonna hit up that other incentivized location to see what's in there.
So gonna give us our first peek at the Pillar Maze, and hopefully we'll get through Ordeals without too much trouble. I think this is a real smart play. Ordeals is a fast dungeon. It's a great place to get some extra levels, get that other key item, get you some more EXP as you're going forward in the future with that progressive scaling.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Sonny talking to the gentleman on the way in.
Yeah, giving him the time of day. It's not often you see a
right.
runner do that.
No, you don't. You know, that guy's probably pretty lonely hanging out in the Castle of Ordeals for probably his whole life.
One has to wonder what he is doing up there, because there's nowhere nearby for him to go and see any sort of civilization. No place to get food, no place to rest your feet and get a good drink.
No, nothing at all. And the Blastoid getting his Oxy Ale, turning in his bottle, so he can do Sea Shrine now.
Oh, we're joined in chat by Falconic FF and Moist Mogwai. I want to give a big shout out to Moist Mogwai, Falconic FF, and Wilcleosis. They were the ones that originally started the new player showcases that have brought in so many new runners and so many new viewers. And after Wilcleosis and Falconic started it up, Mo really carried that torch. So thank you very much, Mo.
Yeah, thank you much. This has been a wonderful series. It's been fantastic to see all the new players coming out, and a lot of them are really good. So I think it's been
Dragon Armor, located by Melee Wizard in the top right chest in Temple of Fiend's key lot.
I bet he's happy he got that one.
Are going to check, so that could be a big advantage.
Yeah, and he can wear it now too, so that's perfect. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, Dragon Armor has the highest armor of any item in the game. Highest absorb of any armor in the game, and provides defenses against the elemental fire, ice, and lightning skills and spells. It's a great addition to your Knight's Armory. And the Zeus Gauntlet.
Yeah, Zeus Gauntlet in a Gargoyle match here.
Yeah, Pack of Gargoyles isn't a great tile. Not something you really want to spend time fighting. Maybe the center chest in Ordeals Northwest Castle will have a little bit of a better fight for us.
Oh, hopefully those gargoyles that's not enough. Oh, Gray Shark Wizard Sahago, that's
the Sharknado tile.
Yeah.
Gray Shark Wiz Sahag, if they don't have anything too bad, can be a nice EXP fight. Gray Sharks give a lot of experience points, and a single lit 3 takes both out. That could be a good source of some quick levels.
Oh, it sure could be. But it doesn't look like that's good enough for Melee right now.
Yeah, I think Melee was pausing just a second to take it down in the notes in case he doesn't find anything way. Gonna keep that in his back pocket.
I think so. I think that's a great backup plan in case you can't find something else. You know, maybe they can get lucky and find the paper thin eye again. That would be nice. But hopefully in a better location.
Gonna take this time while in the area, Melee Wizard, to pick up 4 Pro Rings. It's a great choice. Best hand armor in the game, providing 8 absorb and resistance to the instant death element. So definitely a good pickup.
Oh yeah, full party's got him now. That's wonderful.
Yeah, suddenly those skills like crack and rub, not such a big deal.
No, not so much.
Oh, level 4 life. Was that's blocked to white mage only though, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah, maybe they can get lucky with the life too. That might be red mage learnable, maybe? Or
We'll have to
red
hope.
wizard, I should say. Hopefully.
One kind of nice thing with this party is they're able to deal out so much damage so quickly. With between a knight and 3 black casters and the good weapons that we found so far, they're going to do damage so quickly that it's less of an imperative play to have life and life 2, but it certainly is going to come into play later in the Fiend dungeons. No matter how much damage you do, that's not going to prevent Kraken 2 from hitting you for 800.
Or 21 hits for 2010 damage. Yeah, nothing really can prevent from that.
I don't think we're going to see hits that high with these percents. We're only up to 180% on enemies and bosses, so.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that tonight. And Sonny taking his turn.
Calling the whole party equipping pro rings to be a veteran move. Ooh, Pelham BM pointing out that something just had toxic. I didn't catch what that was.
I don't know, maybe it was the zombies.
Looks like zombies have sleep touch. That's a bit annoying.
Yeah. Oh. So it might have been. Who knows?
Right, we'll definitely have to keep an eye out for that. If that's an enemy that appears in multiple dungeons, that could be problematic.
Oh, it sure could. Oh, okay, so the gray sharks have poison. I'm looking at melees right now, and so I don't... Oh, that gave him a bit of trouble. He's limping out of that fight right now.
Alright. So Lastoid and Melee Wizard kind of flying around. We're going to see where they go.
So as far as items, we haven't seen the rod. We haven't seen the cube.
Right, the rod and the cube are going to be the 2 items left between Robot and Ordeals.
Mm-hmm. And the loot sort of has the loot, so we know that's where that is.
It looks like one of the mummies glanced down the fighter and he's taking a little bit of a stone nap.
Definitely. Got 2 stoned and passed out.
Sonic Wrath came prepared with 11 soft potions, so not a big deal.
Yeah, he may have foreseen that coming.
That's a good find.
Oh, yeah, it is. And looks like Melee's going to start dipping into a volcano now.
Getting word that St. Von Jester off-screen has hit up the waterfall and has found the incentive item there. We'll see what that is shortly. Ooh, Agama's on the exit tile for the spike trap here.
Oh, in Ordeals.
Yeah, in Ordeals.
Oh.
It looks like Sonic Wrath is going to take some fights here.
Yeah, Thor. It looks like Melee found the Thor hammer in the volcano.
Okay, and it was the rod here in Ordeals.
Okay.
The robot has the vanilla cube.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to see if we have...
Sounds like Sony Wrath or St. Von Jester off stream is probably our leader. One of those 2, I would imagine. Not sure if SVJ hit up Ordeals already or not.
Well, I'm taking a look at SVJ at the moment, and he's buying some magic, it looks like, at the moment. I'm going to try to see if we can get a more definitive... So he's in Melmond. Level 5 Fade. I'll have to check back in a minute. Neon Gray getting their tail.
Yeah, Palom, the one last item that we have should be the cube, and that should be held by the robot in the waterfall.
And I'm not seeing anything real excellent in the armory today. A wooden shield and some little bit of gold, and nothing real good.
Yeah, Lastoid decides to take a detour and take a dip into the volcano, and unfortunately is not rewarded for their efforts.
No, not really.
Picked up a Thor's hammer somewhere. Was that in the volcano armory or somewhere else?
I think that was in the volcano. I think.
Okay, that's not a bad pickup. It's gonna give that fighter a little bit of AoE to help supplement the group damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks like the Cerberus got the nightmare snorting skill. That's interesting.
Tiny Fairy pointing out in chat the fairy is giving away the Oxio for rescuing her. I assume the fairy's a girl. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Sonny in the waterfall. So we get to get our first look at that.
Sonny taking the time to come over to the Onrak continent. Looks like Melee Wizard has joined Elastoid in the volcano.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like those two have opted to take a little bit of an easier dungeon to start off and take the chest checks along the way. Finds a Pro Cape in the fire trap tile in the winding chests.
Yeah, that's not a bad find.
Yeah, it's one of the only... Actually, it is the only shield that, well, except for the Red Mage. It's the only shield that the White Mage and Black Mage can equip. Red Mage can also technically equip the Buckler, but Buckler does not provide nearly as much defense as the Pro Cape.
No, it sure does not. And looks like we found the Phantom tile.
Ooh, this is not a fight that you want to run into. And looks like the fight is runnable, but Sonny Wrath is opting to take the fight. In this case, I would be running away very fast. The Phantom gives no gold or EXP. So definitely you want to get out of there as fast as possible.
And there's our cube.
Ooh, along with the white shirt. That's an excellent pickup in the waterfall.
Oh, it is.
Free Invis 2s for everyone.
And I believe Invis 2 was for sale at the level 3 White Magic shop in Elfland. So having a few casts of that isn't going to be bad either.
Yeah, if push comes to shove, we'll be able to throw up 3 Invis 2s in a single round between the Knight, the Red Wizard, and one of the Black Mages using the shirt. And that could certainly negate a large portion of the damage coming from one of those nasty physical heavy bosses such as Kraken 2 or Tiamat 2 or Chaos.
Absolutely. And that's a good, that's a strategy that I would definitely be trying to employ. And it does look like
quickly took down Carrie.
She must have been paper.
Stream. Yeah, I missed the whole fight. I was all prepped and ready to call it out, and I looked away at chat for a second, and she was gone.
Yep. So yeah, Elastoid at about 40 minutes in to be our first with the Norplit.
So this is interesting. Sonny Wrath has opted, after checking out the waterfall, to take a detour, and is not going to hit up Sea Shrine while they're in the area. That's you tend to not want to double dip if you don't have to, so this is a little bit surprising to me. I would try and take out the Sea Shrine while you're in the area. We've got Lit 3, we've got Nuke. I think that would be enough.
I think so too.
But it looks like Pro Rings are on the menu.
Ooh, white shirts are for sale too. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Sonny's selling. Never mind.
If only.
I know, right? I got confused for a minute. But it does look like off-screen, the sorcerers are actually the ones that have toxic, and they also have crack as well. That is what
Oh.
St. Von Jester is doing right now. Ow.
Well, the Pro Ring is going to help with crack, but toxic, on the other hand, that's not going to be resisted by the Pro Ring.
No.
And
No,
sorcerers
no.
show up very frequently. We're not
they
only going
do.
to see them here, we're also going to see them again in the Sky Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then in Topher, so...
yeah, so that could be a bit of a problem.
Oh, it could. And it looks like... Oh, yeah, Lefane guy's giving the chime again.
When Will Cleosis in chat is teasing, it sounds like there's going to be a battle of wills. I've heard of the Battle of Wits, and I can only imagine the Battle of Wits would be Will Cleosis and Will Bloodworth.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard a little bit about that. It sounds like each of them is getting to impose a rule on the competition. And it should be a very exciting match.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I heard that through the grapevine as well, and I'd love to see that match. That would be exciting.
Yeah, so definitely keep your eyes peeled because that should be a great match to watch.
Yeah, and it's good to see a very well thought out gentleman's agreement as well by having them each come up with the rule. I think that's a great idea. Some good sportsmanship.
And I can only imagine with Will Cleosis in that match that the Vorpal might be playing a big part in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One would hope so.
So it looks like Sonny is going into the Earth Cave. Going to take the opportunity to go take out Lich. Makes sense, this is an easy dungeon, it'll be very quick. It's not typically a dungeon that you see as the first Fiend dungeon, only because a lot of times players will hit up other dungeons that have a larger chest density, and then come through here when they've got all the gear that they need, and try and do it just very quickly.
Yeah, you're right about that. Dip in the Earth Cave. Looks like Melee's still down in the volcano, and Elastoid is in Castle of Ordeals.
So it looks like the Agma trap tile was replaced by Wizards and Wizvamps. Melee Wizard throwing out some Ice 3s to take out those packs. Ice 3 is not what you want to use on Undead. They resist Ice Magic. Lightning Magic is neutral, and they are weak to Fire Magic. Now, I know we don't have Fire 3, but in this case, Lit 3 would be doing more damage than Ice 3.
Yes, it would be.
And Palom BM pointing out we have a Ruby sighting, but I would be a little bit surprised if we see somebody stop off and feed it. But then again, 4 free chests. Can't turn my nose up at that.
No, certainly not. You never know what could be hiding in there. Could be a ribbon for all we know. And it looks like Elastoid having a bit of trouble in the Castle of Ordeals. Looks like he just took a wipe.
Yeah, Elastoid and Neon Grey are now working on getting through the Castle Ordeals. Probably running into some toxic sorcerers and not having a good time of it. And
probably.
We actually have a real look at Carrie this time, maybe.
Yes. 133.
And
wow.
Looks like Carrie had less than 590 hit points. So, nothing to it. Goes down very quickly.
Oh, yes. So now we've got 2 on stream runners that have an Orblit. Looks like Neon Grey having a bit of trouble as well still, but knocking him down.
Yeah, and this is where not having life is turning out to be a bit more of an issue than we had originally thought it was going to be. If you run into those instant kills and you don't have anything to resist it, that can be a real big problem.
Well, it sure can be.
Looks like Ari does have Harm 4 available for these undead, so making short work of those. And here they are, those dreaded sorcerers.
Ooh, he got away. Oh, here we go. We did a look at Lich as well. So
4
less
hits for
than what?
455 damage, and
yeah, average. Somewhere around 670, unless it was unless it was a bit lower. I mean, so not too bad. So now Sonny's got the Earth Orbilit.
And gonna stop off at Elfland and stock back up, it looks like. Did lose the red wizard in the process, so brings that character back to life and picks up another gold bracelet. Looks like now that's a gold bracelet for all the mages, so Sonny is going to have good absorb and be well prepared for taking some hits later on down the road.
Yeah, he sure will be. Any extra defense you can get on squishy characters is a good thing, And off stream, it does look like St. Von Jester is in the volcano. Looks like he's just checking some chests. He might be going down to hit carry after that. I'll be keeping an eye on that.
Sensible enough. So just a reminder, it will be not this next week, but following next Sunday. The league is starting on October 1st. So you still have time if you want to get a last-minute submission in and get yourself signed up and maybe participate with a team. I know we got a good number of people that have been looking for teams here in the Discord, so definitely check out the Discord and the league site if you're interested in that. How many have signed up so far? I believe we have over 50 people now signed up for the league. We have 10 teams of 4 signed up, so we have 40 people there, and I know we have more than that. So we have a lot of people that are going to be getting involved.
Yeah, the more races, the better. That's what I say. It looks like Melee Wizard got his loot.
Yes, the meme team. Meme team is definitely going to be throwing down the memes. Demarine, Algebrap, Silverfire, and Sawney Wrath 11 on screen make up that team. No, I'm sorry, that's their team Math. Where did the meme team go? Have the meme team not officially signed up? Are they still looking for members? They might actually still be looking for members. So if you want to be part of the meme team, there still might be a chance that you can get in on that. Check out our Discord for more details. Yes, Game Boy F9. This is standard rules. Kill the 4 fiends, find all the items that are going to let you progress, and go into Temple of Fiends and take out Chaos. Pretty straightforward. We have 2 incentivized locations. The Corneria Locked Chest, which today yielded the bottle, and Ordeals, Castle Ordeals had the rod for us. In addition, all of the main NPCs were incentivized. So today the King had the crown, Sarda had the slab, Vicky had the canoe, the Sages held the tail, Sarda gave us the loot, the vendor item was the floater located in Provoker for about 22k, and the robot in the waterfall had the cube. Blastoise gets through the waterfall and is running away from the Phantom.
Yeah, I was going to say he had the right idea. Just gas it, get out of there. Yeah, picked up his white shirt and everything, so he's good to go on that front. A little more money. It looks like Melee's checking out the Earth Cave.
Will Cleos is in chat also pointing out that this is a little bit more runner-friendly than the Stage 1 flags that we'll be running starting on October 1st. There was a little bit of extra EXP granted to our runners, and 4 forced party members. In this case, everybody had to take fighter, red mage, black mage, black mage as their party. It's going to be a common theme in the upcoming league is that the party is always going to be forced by the runners that are playing. And we know that stage 1, it's been revealed so far that there will be a fighter, a red mage, and a black mage that are going to be forced. And as soon as Edgeworth makes his announcement, we will have that 4th forced class.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he's going to pick.
Yeah, I think at this point, it could be basically anything. No matter what that 4th class is, you're going to have a good party. Even if you get something that you don't necessarily want to take, you could always just Dan that character and funnel the XP into the remaining 3.
Mm-hmm.
Fighter, red mage, and black mage are plenty to get through a game.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And it looks like Sonny is going to give us... Oh, and it looks like the Lastoid's already in the Sea Shrine.
Yeah, the Lastoid... Sonny Wrath actually has 2 and fire split, and
yes.
making his way through the Sea Shrine. So I think Sonny has a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, I would agree, just a little bit. He's got a Lastoid and melee right on his heels, though.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like after a little bit of the trouble that Neon had trying to get around and get the key items needed to progress, a little bit behind, but certainly working now on lighting that first orb in the volcano and making good progress.
Well, I'm a little curious about Neon Gray's level because it does look like 11 approximately, or one of them hit 11. Because that fighter's got almost 400 hit points, so they're getting up there.
Yeah, it's certainly true. It looks like somewhere along the lines, the fighter got a little bit more EXP than the rest of the party did.
Heal staff. Well, that heal staff is not the greatest thing to find, but you can certainly make use of it.
Lastoid finds a heal home on the Sharknado room. It's a decent find.
You know, if it can save you a few heal potions, and every little bit helps, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the big things about that is that you can save yourself some resources going through dungeons, save yourself the heal potions, and finds a slime tile in the Sharknado room. Opts to run from this fight, but those are worth some good experience points if you were inclined to take that fight.
Yeah, and he's ran from the other one too. Interesting.
Sonny Wrath is very quickly made their way through the Sea Shrine, and gonna give us our first look at Kraken 1 here. But not before taking out this EXP Pinata fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight to pick. Oh, Gray Sharks with that poison, though. Ooh.
Damage poison is not what you want to find, though. That is going to put a sudden break to Sonny's plan.
Oh, yes.
And I might be mistaken, but I don't think we've seen Warp. Look at this. Sonny is bravely marching forward.
Wow, putting the Mazmune on. Wow. Okay. I'm on board. Let's see it.
This is bold. Moving the white shirt, the power gauntlet.
Yeah, no kidding.
That is very, very bold. There's nothing down that way. You don't want to go that way, Sonny.
That's some tenacity.
I am curious if Sonny has Brack or not, because that's about the only way I could think that you would get through. Black Mage soloing a Gershard.
Wow.
This is living on the edge right here.
I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time because this is some very interesting stretch here.
Lastoid makes it to Kraken with a bit of a healthier party.
Yeah. Haven't seen
and
any.
unfortunately, Damage Poison does drown Sonny's dream.
Oh, it sure does. Kraken's hitting kind of hard too. Kraken hit somebody for 384, I believe.
Yeah, he sure did. Fast off on the night, throw out nuke. And,
down she goes.
A really good nuke roll takes out Kraken.
Well, we have our first ribbon sighting too by Melee Wizard.
That is excellent. Finds it in the Titan's Trove.
There you go.
Okay.
Didn't I say that earlier?
You did. You called it. So the Welfare Queen turns out is holding on to a pretty accessory. And Melee Wizard is going to be very happy to have found that out.
Oh, you betcha. What a good find. Now that makes you wonder, are the other runners going to go and check the Titan's Trove and find their ribbon?
I don't think very many will check out the Titan's Trove. I think that could be a big advantage for Melee Wizard.
Yeah, I have to agree. Take a minute.
This is interesting. It looks like Melee Wizard is headed back to Castle Ordeals, and I'm a little bit curious. I thought Melee Wizard came through Castle Ordeals already.
I thought so as well. What was the trap tile? Was it the gray shark and the wizard?
Oh, it was the Agama.
Oh, it was. I wonder.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe looking to do a little bit of an Agama. Some good experience, but divided 4 ways, it's not going to go that far. So I'm curious, are we going to see some of those mages get damned to funnel some experience points into the knight and maybe 1 or 2 mages?
That's a good. I don't know. I'd like to see what Melee's thought is behind this.
I don't think it's the play that I would make. I think it has some potential to pay off, but I really think in this flag set, it's much better if you just get the experience points as you're going along, checking chests, taking out fiends. I gotta be honest, this play confuses me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and he's already run into 2 packs of sorcerers too, so, and they've got Toxic and Crack. So, I mean, I'm even more confused. And there's the third match.
If the goal is to kill off some characters and funnel experience points, those sorcerers could actually be what Melee Wizard wants. If the goal is in fact to power level, say, the Knight or the Knight and 1 mage or something, that could be a good way to eliminate those other light warriors, but
it sure could be.
Definitely have to see what Melee Wizard is thinking here.
Yeah, for sure. And our first look in Mirage here, Lastoid's in there.
Yeah, the Lastoid is now climbing the tower, and looks like found a katana on the first floor of Mirage. There's a good number of chests here in Mirage. Looks like skipping the 2nd floor, however.
And Melee running into another... Ooh, Toxic missed at least.
So I am curious how many chests a Lastoid is going to bother to check. Skipping the 2nd floor of Mirage tells me that a Lastoid must be feeling at least fairly comfortable with his gear. So I'm curious if this is going to be a straight shot up to just try and power straight through Tiamat, or if he'll stop off any of the rooms. Okay, so Moist Mogwai is saying she doesn't think that Melee Wizard did do ordeals, and in fact left the Earth Cave. Oh yeah, there's some unchecked chests here, so does not in fact have the rod. So now this play makes a lot more sense.
Oh, it sure does. And Sonny Wrath took down Kraken. So he's the first to have 3 orbs lit at about an hour and 1 minute here.
Yep, takes a second dive into the depths of the sea and gets vengeance this time around. So Sonarath is making some real good time. Gonna go turn in that translated slab, talk to the Lithanians, and get the chime. And should be making quick work after that of this final 4th dungeon. Okay, so Elastoid does appear to be going right. So he's going to at least take the time to check the room of 6 chests. I think that makes a lot of sense. 6 chests with a not too bad of a walk to go check them out.
Yeah, not too bad. And down goes Terry on Neon Gray's screen.
Some very good fights on this floor as well, as evidenced by those 4 rock goals that just gave Elastoid some extra levels.
And there's that max gold chest. Yep. Yeah. Too bad they couldn't have found that in like the Dwarf Cave or Matoya's or something, you know.
Sure. And we have an eye fight here. Goes down to a single nuke and a small swing from the Red Wizard, so not too much worry there. And with having Warp, I think it makes a lot of sense to check these Sky 3 chests here for Elastoid. Unfortunately, doesn't appear to be finding very many good items.
Yeah, not really. Brat level 5 black magic and Warp and Fire 3. So there we go. Finally found
$65,535.
That's the maximum amount.
Got some money in the bank. And a little bit of a pause. I'm not sure if we've just got a stream hiccup from Elastoid or what's going on there.
Yeah, not sure. It's paused on mine too. It looks like the knight's right in the middle of taking a step, so maybe we got a little bit of lag there. Oh, and there it goes.
Oh.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, we're back. We're back. But it looks like we have a little bit of a cropping issue.
Yeah, we can only see a little bit of Elastoid strain there. Oops. And it does look like off stream we have St. Von Jester, who it looks like he has 1 orb lit, and he is currently in the Earth Cave. It looks like he might be struggling. I'm not sure, because he's been in there for a few minutes.
We're getting an update in chat from our restreamer, Minochi85. Elastoid DC'd. So we're going to work on either trying to find them back or bring in another runner, maybe.
Elastoid. Yeah, you're right, Palom.
Technical issues happen from time to time, unfortunately. We'll do our best to work around this.
Oh, of course. Pro Tape and Katana for Sani. So extra Pro Tape is always good. And that looks like Melee's gonna head north, it looks like. Check the waterfall and get his sea shrine out of the way.
Yep. You almost always want to check out waterfall before going into sea shrine. I would imagine the only exception would be if you're already in absolute go mode and there's literally no reason to go there. But in this case, Robot has the cube. It is required.
Yep. Yeah, and Sonny heading up the Mirage to the Sky Castle too, and I think Sonny's just gonna keep on trucking at this point. Just take down Tiamat and then move right along to Topher.
Yeah, it looks like Sonny's going to go ahead and check out some more chests. Oh, and it looks like the Elastoid is back. Just in time to check out the Tiamat fight.
Oh, perfect. Good timing. Good timing, Elastoid. Ooh, and there's a ribbon in the less than greater than room along with the TNT.
That's a big find, and I think Elastoid skipped those chests, so
I
that's
think
going
he
to be something that
did.
Sony has that Elastoid doesn't.
I
That
wonder if
could
that's...
come back and play a story in this race.
Oh, it very well could. Looks like we're tempering the fighter. 5 for 576. Oh, Tiamat with ink. There you go. That's what you want to see. That's not
Ink
too
is
bad.
blank. That's definitely going to save us a round.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time to swing and throw out the nukes. And this fight,
Ooh,
wow.
11. Wow, 5. Was that 5 for 1155?
That was 5 or 6 hits for 1155 damage, yeah.
That was a
Tiamat's
good...
not surviving that one.
No. Down you go. Well, so Elastoids now has 3 orbs lit. Just has to go get the Earth orb.
Yep, and Earth is one of those dungeons that's not going to take a whole lot of time, especially based on the chest that he's skipping in Mirage and Sky. I would imagine that Elastoid is just going to go a straight shot through it. And
I think
not
so,
stop
too.
for anything but only the greediest of chests.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like the Earth trap tile is where the
Bluety.
The blue, yeah, that's right. The blue dragon is.
Yep. Manticores are a good source of experience points. They tend not to have too many hit points and don't hit that hard, as evidenced by them going down to a single nuke.
Well, the lowest one I think was 256, so...
Yeah, and a quick 2,500 for EXP to compensate the party.
Oh, yeah. That's, that's a good amount of experience for the length of the battle.
Yeah, exactly. For no more resources than you're burning, you're getting a good return on investment.
So it looks like Melee lost his red wizard.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Probably just a mud goal or nightmare or something hit for a good amount. Or maybe lost that red wizard during the Phantom escape. Phantom is known for doing a large amount of damage.
Absolutely. Yeah, who knows? Sonny trucking along, though.
Yeah, and gonna stop off at these 4 chests right before Sky 4, just to see what's here. We know he's not missing anything in the top chest or right chest, so definitely gonna be making some good time. Looks like level 22 right now for Sonny Wrath. Has a ribbon, has all sorts of weaponry, Mazimune, Vorpal. Unfortunately, we don't have a ninja to use that katana. But I would be feeling really good in Sonny's shoes. I really think that Sonny is probably our clear leader, certainly out of the runners on stream. I think Sonny is our leader, and
yes, he is.
To be feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he is, because it looks like, let me check St. Von Jester. It looks like St. Von Jester did make it through the Earth Cave and is currently in the first floor of Mirage. And it does look like he's going to be checking these chests in here. I hope he checks the greater than less, and he won't be disappointed.
Right. St. Von Jester does find the ruby here in Earth 3. And unbeknownst to him, if he does decide to turn in that ruby, is going to be greatly rewarded with a ribbon. And that check does not take a whole lot of time, so maybe we'll see Elastoid stop off and feed the Titan and be handsomely rewarded.
Yeah. Think he'll be happy if he does that, you bet.
Draweth in the chat showing some love for Elastoid, rooting on the runners. We love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely love to see the support. And Melee heading to the Sea Shrine. Neon Gray still in the Sea Shrine.
Don't forget, if you want to show some support to any of the runners you see on stream, go ahead and give them a follow. Be updated anytime they go live and catch them, whether it be for practicing for the upcoming league or rooting them on in their races. Also, don't be afraid to give the commentary and trackers a follow. There's a lot of people that put in a lot of hours working behind the scenes to support everything that goes on in the UC.
And it's a whole lot of fun, too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Looks like, yeah, Sonny's at Tiamat now. And looks like he's just doing the temper and the fast on the fighter.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some nukes out, and it looks like Son is fresh out of nukes, so throws out another temper. Big hit. 8 hits for 1075.
Mm-hmm.
So Sonny is our first runner on stream to light 4 orbs, and I imagine is going to be very quickly heading for Temple of Fiends to go right what's been wronged.
Absolutely. And then for an hour and 11 minutes, that's not a bad time for having all 4 orbs lit and on your way to Topher, so...
Yep, I think especially with a lot of the running around that we had to do in very, very good time.
Oh yeah, it seemed like there was just errands and errands and more errands at the beginning, but now that all that's done, it's just Sonny's had nothing but smooth sailing.
Yep.
And black shirt
Neon
for
Gray
Neon
finds
Gray.
black shirt.
Yeah, that's
a very
a good
nice
find.
pickup. So not only does the black shirt provide the normal, provide the same amount of absorb as a gold bracelet, but also provides some very useful resistances in the form of ice resist and time resist.
Mm-hmm. And Lich goes down for a Elastoid with no problem at all. So Elastoid now at about an hour, almost an hour and 13 minutes, has all 4 orbs lit as well.
It looks like Elastoid is taking a second to check these first floor chests. I think this makes sense. Still wants to find that ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
So checking these chests that don't take very much time, I think there's a lot of merit.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long, and you never know what you might find. And if you get lucky and find a ribbon, then that's certainly going to be worth your time.
Yep, we know where 2 of those are, but there's still 1 loose that we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm. And it's still a gamble, and Elastoid knows that, but, you know, it's worth a shot to look at least. And I didn't find anything worth it, so just resets out. Good strategy. Save before you go in and then just get out. Oh!
How Elastoid is going to check out the Titan's Trove, so is going to be rewarded with finding that ribbon. That's going to be great news for him. A breath
he'll
of
be
fresh
happy
air.
about that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, and Sonny Wrath has 1 ribbon. One's better than none.
Looks like I was wrong. Life is in a Red Wizard learnable slot. So that's going to make the trip through Topher much simpler.
Oh, yes.
I would be putting that Red Wizard in the very back of the party and giving him the utmost care, keeping him alive.
That's right. Oh, that's one who's going to be, who might be possibly bringing everybody else back, so we want to make sure they've got protection.
So Elastoid and Sonny are doing some last-minute shopping before their Topher dives. Neon Gray and Melee Wizard both in the Sea Shrine looking to light their 2nd orb. Melee Wizard is engaging Kraken now. Oh, not before these lobsters have a say.
Of course not. And at an hour, 14 minutes, and 45 seconds, Sonny is in the Topher. Let's see. I'm curious to see what we're going to see down here. Are we going to... Haven't really seen much in the way of gatekeepers. I wonder if we're going to see a tough Kraken 2 or maybe a tough Tiamat 2.
Yeah, I think with as much experience points as these runners are getting going through, it's unusual to see a real gatekeeper pre-Topher in this kind of flag set. But definitely Temple of Fiends Revisited, this can turn the tables a little bit, and now we're going to see where the true challenge in the seed lies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Elastoid's in Topher too, with the gross-looking seafood platter. But they don't seem to be... Lobsters are only hitting for 1. They're hitting for 1 and missing, so they're really not too bad.
Yeah, it also looked like lobsters, while they are still lobsters and hit hard, did not have a whole lot of hit points. I saw a Zeus Gauntlet thrown earlier doing about 130 damage.
to take out lobsters. So not too bad.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all. And Neon Gray's at Kraken now, so we get to see what they're going to do.
Blastoid making their way over, trying to get to the earth floor of Topher. Melee Wizard has lit his water orb. Neon Gray is working on their orb. Throws out a nuke, throws up a White Shirt for some defense. 7 hits for not a whole lot of damage. I couldn't see exactly how much it was.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I saw the 7 hits, but...
Looked like the knight wasn't too phased by it, though. Broken into pieces.
That's right. I was going to say Brack Strats. Way to go. Way to go, Neon Gray. And now Neon's got 2 orbs lit.
Blastoid finds a juicy 7 Germadusa pack here on the earth floor.
Oh,
and
boy.
going down to a
lovely.
single fire 3. 4,000 experience points. Level 24 now for some of Blastoid's light warriors.
Are you comfortable with those kind of lower levels? I like to maybe hit 25, 26 before I go in. Do you think a couple levels could really make that big of a difference?
I think on this flag set, you have to be very brave and go into Temple of Fiends basically as soon as you can.
Mhm.
I have made some questionable Topher dives, certainly, but I think in this flag set in particular, even if you're level 19, 20, you have to show no fear and bravely dare to venture in.
Yeah, get in there and do it. You're right. You're right. Oh, looks like those mud goals are not being real nice to Sonny at the moment.
Yeah, taking quite a bit of damage, and gonna need to take out these mud gulls real fast. Nuke is gonna do it. Oh, not quite. One of them survived.
Oh, we did.
Gets
We
good
did
turn
our
order though, and
Mhm.
gonna make it through.
And our first look at Carry 2 here. 4 hits for
Uses-
41. Ooh. Oh,
Elects
there you
to
go.
use
9
a-
hits for 716.
Now Sonny's elected to use a heal 3 charge, and unfortunately, heal 3 is on the same level as life. I don't think that's what I would have done. You have 9 charges of Cure 4. You have healing potions. This is the dungeon where you use your healing potions. Those levels of life are so valuable.
Mhm.
I think that you can't afford to use them this early.
Yeah, and it looks like Elastoid has taken a little bit of a lead over Sonny here, because Sonny's barely on Lich, and I believe Elastoid's on the water floor now.
Yeah, Blastoid is on a tear.
Oh, he sure is.
Kraken
He's gassing
2,
it.
on the other hand, definitely been known to throw on the brakes for some of our runners in the past in some races. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, we've seen it come to a dead, halting stop. But we've also seen, Paper Kraken too. So we'll see here.
Well, it looks like Kraken 2 doesn't have a whole lot of absorb. The Knight got 4 or 5 hits for about 350 damage. So that's not going to put much of a stop. Nuclear,
Ooh,
that's a bit of a
down
pain.
goes the black. Oh, yeah, it is. Down goes the Black Mage. And down goes Kraken.
For 464, Kraken goes down. Do we have any life charges? We do. We have 3 life charges and now 2 left. Uses some of those Cure 4s to heal back up very quickly. And we're going to be on to the revisited air floor.
Oh, yes. And then we get to take our first peek to Tiamat 2, and then we'll be on to seeing Chaos. So now Sonny's on carry. So not a super, but just a floor behind. Well, now it's 2 floors behind, technically, but...
Yep, and Elastoid pulls Tia 2, going with some temper strats on the Knight. And I think I saw fast from the other Black Caster. 5 hits for 174. Looks like Tiamat 2 has some absorb, even after 2 tempers, not taking that much damage.
Well, now that Knight's got 2 tempers and a fast.
Tempers all around. 3 more coming out. Ouch! 9 hits for 527 damage. Down goes Tiamat 2.
Yes, down goes Tiamat. Oh, now
Four
we got
back of
4 purple worms. Oh, man.
Not doing too much damage, though. That's
Ooh.
great news. Worms can hit very hard, so the fact that they're not hitting very hard is great.
Mm-hmm.
There's exactly 2 castle life left. It's going to be enough to bring the party back up, and we're going to have a chaos pool here at the hour 21:30 mark.
Oh, we sure are. Yeah, Sonny on the water floor. It looks like Melee Wizard just entered the Sky Castle, and I believe Neon Gray is in the Sky Castle as well. Oh, no, excuse me. They're on, is still in the Mirage Tower.
So last one moves the ribbon over to the knight and elects to leave the knight in the first slot.
Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if Elastoid's...
Temper, white shirt, power bonk, fast, all sorts of buffs, both offensive and defensive.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos
White
throws
shirt.
out a Ice 2, not too much damage.
No, that fighter's has some buffs now, so...
Gonna test the waters, throw it, and attack with 3 more tempers. This is gonna go very quick, I would imagine.
Oh, yes.
5 hits, 802
5...
damage on a critical.
Wow.
Big damage. This fight is not gonna take long.
Chaos fires back with a fire 3, 1 more temper. We're going another temper. All right, let's see it. Temper. Oh.
Chaos coming back with a fast himself.
Oh. Another temper and
7 hits. 2,084 damage.
Wow. And Elastoid is the first one to come in. Excellent.
Official SRL time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, 30 seconds. GG, Elastoid.
GG. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Wow. That rivaled that hit from Kraken. Wow. That was a lot of damage. 2,084. Wow.
And in that time, we now have Sonirath caught up to Tiamat 2.
Yeah,
Throwing out
absolutely.
some tempers, power bonk. I saw a white shirt in there for Invis 2. Tiamat 2 throws out some Lit 2. No real damage there. Out comes the offense. Here comes a nuke. And another white shirt charge. And another big swing from the knight coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Nuke for 161. Nuke for 275. 10 hits, 481 damage. Tiamat 2 is down.
Down.
We are now joined in commentary by Elastoid. GG Elastoid, very well done.
Thank you.
How did you feel about that Temple of Fiends? Were you worried going in, or did you think you had it?
I thought there was a good chance I was going to go in there without a ribbon. I think I decided to go ahead and turn in that ruby, mostly because it was in the way of my heal potions, and finally found a ribbon. So,
well, it might have been a play for convenience, but you were handsomely rewarded for taking the time to check those 4 chests.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I was too worried. I mean, I had a fighter and I had all these levels, so can usually tank, a Bane. I had an Aegis shield for a Bane, but he can usually tank even like a Zap when he's got that much magic defense. So I figured I'd be all right, but it was still comforting to find it.
I hate to interrupt you, but Sonirath has pulled Chaos and is having a little bit of a different fight here.
Yeah,
we've got
a little bit of trouble.
White shirts coming out, but Chaos is taking down those black mages. That knight's in the back slot and still has a lot of hit points, so we'll see how this works out. 9 hits, 645 damage, and that's it.
No problem there.
Sonirath 11 finishes.
GG Sonny.
125.04 for the official SRL time.
Wow, he came in right behind you, Elastoid. Wow, how cool. That is a good game right there.
So yeah, we saw Sonirath we thought Sonirath was our leader there for a little while. Had kind of pulled ahead, was the first to get 3 orbs lit. And you two were actually both doing Mirage and Sky at the same time. You'd gone in first, Elastoid, so you finished off Sky Castle and lit your 3rd orb. And you were doing Earth as Sonirath was finishing up. And you guys both ended up lighting your 4th orb at about the same time, and were doing your shopping and prep work for Topher at the same time.
So I'm gonna assume that I passed up a ribbon somewhere in like Gurgu or something, right?
Greater than, less than room.
Yeah. Yep.
Room. Yeah, I'm never gonna check that in these flags. I'm just never gonna.
And with that, we are joined by Sonny Rath here in the chat. GG, Sonny Rath, 2nd place. Very respectable.
GG.
Thank you very much.
How did you feel about that at Temple of Fiends? You went in level 21. Were you a little bit nervous being that low level, or you feeling okay since you had that ribbon, the Vorpal, the Mazza?
I was a little worried just because I had the single ribbon. I usually try to go in with 2 ribbons or have Wall, and Wall was unlearnable by the Red Mage or Red Wizard. So I was a little nervous in case any kill spells came up from any one of the Fiends. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. Chaos just went melee happy.
Yeah, it seemed like none of the Fiends really had that much in the way of hit points or absorb. It seems like both Elastoid and Sonny Rath, you were able to just kind of power through them.
Yeah, just power bonk, temper fast, let the warrior do, well, knight in my case, do work with Mazza.
With Massmune and Fast and 3 Temper casters available plus the Power Bonk, you're not really going to have too much trouble with Absorb, I don't think.
Yeah, I think on these percentages, that's very accurate.
Mhm.
Neon Gray is now approaching Tiamat 1, working on lighting their 3rd orb. Yeah, so we have a question coming from Falconic FF for you, Sonny Rath. Did you forget that we had open progression was on? You could have, after buying the floater, just gone straight south and gone to the Ryokan Desert.
Yes, I did forget open progression was on.
Oh no.
That's kind of why I ran around. But at the same time, I also went to get the key while I was on my way to get the airship. I figured I'd knock out getting the key and hit Crescent and then grab the airship, which I reset because I thought I used a tent or cabin. But I still got the airship.
Yeah.
All went well after that.
Yeah, you were the first of our runners to get into the air. We're all wondering about that when we saw you get the floater and then you didn't go get your airship, and we were very confused.
Yes.
Neon Gray takes out Tiamat 1, lights their 3rd orb, and is going to be quickly on their way to Earth Cave to fight Lich.
Yeah, and Melee Wizard actually just took down Lich, so now Melee's got all 4 orbs lit, and it looks like he's going to stop and stock up and then head on to Topher as well.
The Ice Sword?
What about the Ice Sword?
To get the floater, I wound up selling the Ice Sword. It was at the time the only sword I had. If anybody else did that.
I went to Peninsula of Power and took an encounter against giants to make some gold, so that way I could buy the floater.
Lost a lot of time not buying one cabin early. I think I killed Astos like 3 times.
Oh no.
Because of the wolf with the Ice 2. If I hadn't done that, I don't think I... I think I like my route if I hadn't done that. I basically turned the crown in as quickly as possible, trying to get some gold, and Elfland Castle didn't have any gold for me. It had a ice sword, so I sold that and was able to go up and get the floater.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know. But selling that, you were able to get airborne with it, so, and you came in first, so it was a good move.
Now, when you guys saw the floater was available at Provoca for 22k, did either of you consider going to maybe, say, like Volcano Armory and opening up a bunch of chests there looking for gold, rather than doing a grind or running around a million places to do the key fetch quest?
If I didn't have a crown in my possession, I might have, but, I mean, you can't really... that I could get through, again, save items were an issue, early because the cheapest ones were 300. I didn't want to blow a bunch of money into save items when I need to buy a floater. How much can I trust that Gurgu's gonna be easy, and I'm gonna have an easy time getting there and back? The area I've already traversed, it just didn't seem it was a good play.
Sure.
I don't know how Sonny felt about that, but
I had thought about making a dive into the Volcano Armory just because it's a lot of chests. You can get there with minimal encounters, especially if you're on your hero run. But if you happen to wipe in there, it's just going to be a massive time sink. Yes, cabins were 300 gold. Whether or not tents were in Crescent, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they were. But at the point in time that I was thinking about doing that, I wasn't wanting to risk it because I had limited save items. Yes, I did find a 7,000 gold chest early on in Temple of Fiends, but that 7,000 gold, I didn't want to waste it all, waste in quotes, on cabins, just so that way I could save throughout the overworld. I mean, I would have taken less overworld encounters from it, yes, but at the same time, I was thinking more starting an early grind, trying to get closer to level 10 earlier on, so that way I have more spell slots available. I can get nuke hopefully pretty quick wherever it comes up if it's not level 7 or level 8, and be ready for Temple of Fiends hopefully pretty quickly in the game itself.
Makes a lot of sense. All right, and looks like Saint Von Jester is also working on Temple of Fiends now. So Melee Wizard and Saint Von Jester in the top left of your screen now is being pulled in. We're going to see how their Temple of Fiends Revisited dives go. And we're also getting word that today is Saint Von Jester's birthday. So happy birthday, Saint Von Jester. You're now on camera.
Yeah, happy birthday. Now the whole world knows.
a shout out to Minochi for getting SVJ up there so fast.
Yeah, no kidding. He's already got it ready to rock and roll. Way to go, Mono.
Yeah, Minochi85 has done great work for many races recently. A lot of these player races. I know he was involved last night in the Mighty Duck race. So big thank you to Minochi85 for always being there and always being available for so many of these races. St. Von Jester pulls Lich, throwing out Mage Staff, some swings. Gonna switch off the Mage Staff and throw out some Heal Helmets. Gonna conserve some of those resources. And Lich has Nuclear and immediately resets.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't even see how much damage it does to the mages. That surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, did we even see that nuclear when Elastoid and Sonny went through?
No, I think
I don't know if we did.
Took Lich down in the first round. We didn't see that at all.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Well, that's kind of gross. Oh, 10
Big
for 844. Down goes Lich. Oh, yeah. Lich's third
That's
distant
more like what
cousin
we were
felt
saying
that.
every other time.
I know, right?
Start putting fast on 2 characters. Lich has at maximum like 900 some odd HP. Yeah, exactly 900 HP. So I don't know if you need really 2 attackers to get that down.
Well, it's 180%, right? And Lich has Lich 2 has 600 hit points.
Yeah.
So that's 1,080 potential possible hit points.
So it's 900 is the max HP.
And Neon Gray gets their Earth Orb lit, so now they can head to Temple of Fiends Revisited as well. And down goes Carrie. No problem for Melee Wizard. Falconic says no math while live on Twitch. I agree.
But
But sometimes you got to do it.
Well, my math isn't wrong. 180% of 600 would be, but it sounds like I have the wrong hit point total. So,
Well, I thought Vanilla Lich had 600. That's what I thought.
Vanilla Lich has Lich 2 has 500 HP.
Okay, then that's where my incorrect math is coming from. I thought it was 600 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought it was 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200.
I've got it all written in a notepad that I keep open while I'm playing, so I'm cheating.
There you go. Okay, so Lich 1 had 400. Okay, I was mistaken. I thought that he had 600. Okay.
So Lich 2 has an HP range of 280 to 900 on these flag sets.
Wow.
So you can kill Lich with 300 HP, 300 damage feasibly.
Mhm.
And you will always kill Lich if you do 900. So it's not, you have to give a whole lot of respect to, especially when you got, like St. Von Jester's doing right now, 3 nukes coming in.
Mm-hmm. And Melee's gonna take on Kraken 2 here.
Showing a little bit of hesitation. Looks like going to go with some lit 3s and just swing from the fighter. Not much damage. 35 and 71. 3 hits for 300 damage on that Black Mage. Down he goes.
And
7
down
hits
goes
for
Kraken.
927, however, is enough to take out Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken 2 was I think the hardest fight of the Fiends, just because by nuclear. Kraken 2 also hits pretty hard, so.
Did Terry have nuclear too? Because I just watched Terry blast St. Von Jester with nuclear. Wow.
I can't argue with that. I guess they both do.
I guess. Because, well, I believe there's 2 nuclear spells in the pool. I believe.
I thought there were
And a
4.
nuke. 4 nuclears? Oh, there might be.
I thought it was 2 or 3 nukes and 4 nuclears.
Wound up
Wow.
having not very much HP, so I didn't see what Kara did.
Right. Melee Wizard on to Tiamat 2. Throwing out some buff spells, White Shirt, Fast, Temper. Going with some Thorhammer strats. That's interesting.
Ooh, down
8
goes
hits,
Tiamat.
429. Down goes Tiamat.
No trouble at all.
Thank you,
Okay,
Trent
yeah.
GL, pointing out 2
Mhm.
nukes held initially by Lich and Chaos. And then Warmac providing 4 nuclears to the pool. Thank you, Warmac, for being
Jeez.
such a friend.
No kidding.
Well, I mean,
Well,
Kraken
then that's
2
even more terrifying.
got ink, so.
See, I thought there was only 2, and I've gone this whole time only thinking there were 2. Now there's 4. Jeez. There's been a lot of times where we didn't even see. Maybe we saw 1, 2 nuclears. I don't think I've ever seen 4 in one race from 4 different people. That's crazy. Did I
I've
say
had
3
two
nukes?
nukes
2
3
nukes.
times in a row, so I don't know whether he only had 1 or if he had 3 in a row.
Okay. And on we go, Melee Wizard to Chaos, throwing out some buffs, Power Bonk, Fast. Well, with double Fast, just to make sure it goes off.
Mm-hmm.
And a White Shirt. That's often a very good strategy that you will see some runners employees throwing out too fast just to make sure that it goes off. And throwing out some preemptive healing. Well, not really preemptive. Chaos did hit the fighter for a couple hundred damage, and Cure 4 is going to bring him right back up. Chaos throwing out a nice 2 this time. Nice swings, 8 hits for 472 damage. Nukes coming out, 138. And it's offense time. We're going straight nukes and swinging. Nuke for 135. Another nuke coming out.
Ooh, 106. Ooh. 8 for
hits.
714. That's nice.
Yep,
Ooh, a
another
380 nuke.
Big
Down
damage.
goes
380.
Chaos. Down goes Chaos for Melee. GG Melee. GG.
Melee Wizard is, in fact, our third place finisher with an official SRL 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 58 seconds. GG.
It's a heck of a race there. And you know, St. Von Jester and Neon Gray, they're both right behind these other three players, so it's a battle for fourth place now. St. Von Jester not having really any trouble with Tiamat.
And look at this. Neon Grays managed their way into Temple of Fiends. Temple of Fiends Revisited. Making up some really great time.
Absolutely.
9 hits for 771. Down goes Tiamat
Wow.
2.
Wow, no trouble
Just
at
like
all.
that, St. Von Jester this time has made their way down and is going to take on Chaos.
Yep, gonna be Chaos time for SVJ. A very wise heal up here, because you never know what you could hit on those few squares before the stairs, you know.
Yeah, it's very important to take that floor seriously and take the time to heal back up. You never know when you're going to find the Twilight Fan Club that is there and waiting to throw you a rave that you don't want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. That is very true.
And with that, we're now joined by Melee Wizard here in the booth. Welcome, Melee. We're going to get to you in just a second. Right now, we've got a Chaos pull from St. Von Jester. Throwing up the buffs. Power bonk, fast. We've seen this all before. Chaos not having it, though. 335 damage on the knight. Throws out the white shirt. SVJ elected not to move the knight down to the last slot, and that could come back to bite him.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what...
Gets a cure 4 off in time, throwing out some nukes. Another swing from the fighter. 6 hits, 416 damage. White shirt goes up. Another 3 hits for another 400 damage on the night.
Wow, 434
keep
damage.
throwing those cure
Jeez.
4s because you're going to need it.
Yeah, no kidding. I bet he's
More
thankful
nukes,
to have
throwing out
that cure
a
4.
preemptive Heal helm.
Eyes 2.
Another nuclear,
should be
190 damage.
Ooh, got a heal staff.
Going
Couple
into
heals,
a defensive strategy, white shirt, heal staff, heal helm. Anything you can do to keep them alive, stack those evade hits.
Just need him alive long enough to take him down. Which, oh, 6
There it
for
is,
840.
6 hits,
There it is.
840 damage. 4th place for St. Von Jester, finishing with an official SRL time, 1 hour, 44 minutes, 41 seconds. GG.
Fatality.
So Melee Wizard, GG to you, 3rd place finisher. How did you feel about this seed?
Yeah, there was one blunder that I know I made that I kind of, in retrospect, I should have known better. You know, the whole going into Earth without the rod.
That happens to the best of us sometimes.
But
it
it
get a
paid
handsome
off.
payoff, though.
Yeah, that was getting the ruby was definitely worth it. That made up for a lot of it. But it was like from there going to ordeals is like I am going to be so mad if the rod was there, and yeah, figures.
Yep, it sure was. So, how did you feel about that early game start? So, got the canoe from the pirates, but floater was also available there in Provoca. What were kind of your thoughts and routing decisions when you saw that?
It's like, well, I hope I get something to sell. And it turned out to be a non-issue because there was enough money in dwarves and Temple of Fiends. I believe that ended up being a non-issue, which probably meant people got that a lot earlier than I did, because some people might have gone dwarves first.
Yeah, we definitely saw a bit of a split. It seems like everybody went to Provoca first, and then most of the players went west after Provoca. Well, I think, was it you that we saw on stream that decided to go south from Provoca and go straight to Crescent?
Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised I made it, honestly.
And down goes Chaos for Neon Gray. That was no trouble at all.
GG Neon Gray
GG.
finishes in 5th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 25 seconds. That is the last of our runners in this race. So GG, all of them coming in fairly close together.
Yeah.
We had a couple of front runners in Elastoid and Sony Wrath, and everybody else seemed to finish up in short order after that.
Yeah, going from Provoca to Crescent Lake at that level, I think I was fortunate that I got the fish that I could just fry with lit 3s.
Yep, very well done. Lit 3 is definitely a great tool. That's one of the things that I love to see, because that lets me know when I'm going through that I'll be able to take some of those river fights much more safely. It always is terrible when you find Kareebs that have some kind of nasty skill, be it thunder or toxic or any
No,
other
that
nasty thing.
that ended up being the wolves with ice too early on. That was fun.
And the sorcerers, they had crack and toxic as well, so that was pretty nasty.
So, what element is toxic? Because I felt like I got lucky there.
That is earth poison, isn't it?
I believe so.
Toxic is earth poison.
So the pro rings don't care about that, do they? Or it
no,
doesn't care.
pro rings are just instant death.
So yeah,
things like Quad X and Rub.
Because I got hit by those the poison and all that, and I never got hit by it. So I felt fortunate there.
Lord Fizzlebeef in chat is saying that toxic is death element. And
Okay, never
Wilkleos
mind
is verifying that pro ring does in fact protect against toxic.
Okay, that makes more sense then. And I
incorrect.
thought after getting the key, I thought I had found a good grind spot in Northwest with the Gray Shark and the Wizard's Eggs until the Damage Poison came out, and it's like, nope.
Yeah, Damage Poison kind of put a stop to that early grind. We have Neon Gray in the waiting room. Mr. Versetti, would you be nice enough to pull them down? Neon Gray, GG. Well done.
Hey,
GG.
thank you.
GG Neon.
Thanks. Well, that was not that bad. But,
Yeah, what'd you think of that Topher?
It was pretty simple, really. I mean, obviously nothing really got in my way.
Yeah, I noticed that it was largely inconsequential, really.
Yeah. Like, nobody had much. But I mean, by that point, the game had handed out some, really big guns, so that was the time to use them.
So, just a thought, did anyone else find ribbons?
Yes.
Was any of the other 2 ribbons? Because I found the one, but I don't know if there was the other 2 were.
I had 2.
I know one was
greater
in the
than less than.
Yes, exactly.
And the other was lower left on the Sharknado floor.
Oh. I didn't catch that one.
I don't think we saw that
ended
one.
up seeing all 3. The third one being in the Titan's Trove. If you turned in the ruby, you got a ribbon.
Oh, where was the ruby?
Earth 3, right
3.
next door to Vampire.
Oh, I thought about getting that chest, but I didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was the one where you don't lose any steps, but you take the spiked encounter.
Yeah.
And I was dumb because I went into Earth without the rod. It's like, and the thing is, I didn't realize it until I was midway through Earth 3. It's like, might as well full clear this. And when I saw the ruby, I was like, oh, great, yeah.
And I
Yeah, I
hope
mean,
that we had exit early on as well, and it was
yeah.
learnable by the red
Mhm.
mage.
I was
Yeah,
more worried that
early exit, early warp is great.
I was more worried that that not teaching the night exit was going to bite me, but thankfully it didn't.
Oof, that early runaround though, like,
Oh yeah, I circumnavigated the continent like twice in the early goings.
yeah, it's back and forth, and then I'm like, I finally get back to Provoca for my floater, and I'm like 1,000 short, so it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I barely had enough. For me, it wasn't back and forth. I just kept going. I was going around and around.
So here's a question since I ran this with you guys. Did either of you think about hitting Peninsula of Power so that way you could get some extra money for the floater?
That is where actually where I got my last grand for it.
If it was like, if the floater was like less than 10K, I might have considered it. But at 22,000, that would have taken a pop grind pot wouldn't have helped that much. But at least not by itself.
I want to ask any of you guys, do you have any thoughts that you want to share with anybody that might be watching and is interested and maybe kind of on the edge and thinking about jumping into the league? What do you guys think about these kind of flags that we've been running?
It's all right as long as you remember where the incentivized items are.
Yeah, you gotta figure out where those are, get them down. Makes it easy.
Or just remember which ones are active at any given stage, really.
Yeah.
For new people, I think these flags are great. Like, you're not going to run into a whole lot of crazy trouble, and XP grinding is always going to be a solution to most problems. So I think it's good for someone who's just getting into it for sure.
Yeah, they're very friendly flags, like very zippy and smooth, and yeah.
I was a little surprised going in that I wasn't expecting to get sub 2.
And even if you don't have a whole bunch of knowledge on Final Fantasy itself, just the base game, you can jump into this with this flag set and learn as you go from what spells come up or what abilities come up, what spells you can buy at what levels, what characters can learn what spells at what levels, all of that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody thinking about checking out the league, maybe joining in, feel free to go ahead and check out our Discord. There's also a link in the chat with the page that has our sign up and details for the league. Check it out, see if it sounds like something that's interesting to you. And if you've been looking for a time to get your feet wet in the Final Fantasy Randomizer, this is a good time. Stop by, check out the Discord. People are always willing to help new people out, get set up.
And if you happen to have 3 friends you want to drag in too, maybe make a team out of it.
Mm-hmm. That's the best idea.
Go Team Math.
Team 3 and 56, sorry.
Team Apathy, heck yeah!
I think you're way too excited about that, Melee.
I know, that's the irony.
I like that irony, though.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want to share any closing thoughts before going on? Let's start from the top of the list. Let's go with the Lastoid first.
Just for anybody who's thinking about joining this community, absolutely do it, and do it soon, because the art and it sort of sucks to watch it and be like, oh, I should have joined into this. You know, do it now. The community is they're very, very welcoming.
Melee Wizard. Any final thoughts?
This is, bear in mind, this is like only the second SRL race I've done for FF1 Randomizer. If I can do this, anyone can do this.
Neon Gray.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of the things you'd worry about with the game this old, about, it feeling slow and all that, they've all been, neatened up, taken away. The gameplay is really smooth and nice. It's a lot of fun to play even now.
Say Von Jester?
It is a challenge if you like the Final Fantasy series, if you're like me, and you just get tired of running the same thing over and over again. This randomizer, it makes it a lot more fun when you don't know where anything's at.
Yeah, you'll get a little salty here and there, but you just keep pushing through and you'll make it. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it.
Sony Wrath.
If you like having a run that's different every single time you play, you will absolutely love this. Very easy to learn, very, very friendly community, amazing community as well. It's one of the best things you could do, honestly. Just jump in, give it a try, and come join us. We'd love to have you.
I wholeheartedly agree. This has been one of the favorite things that I've ever done. Joining into the Final Fantasy Randomizer community has been an absolute blast in the couple of months that I've been in here. Mr. Versetti, why don't you wrap us up and take us home?
Yeah, I want to thank all the racers for racing. You guys did a heck of a job. Good to see some good strategies. Glad to see you guys making teams and getting out there and getting what you want. Everybody else, come and join us. We're a phenomenal community. We'll take good care of you. And want to thank Randomania. I want to thank Minochi. Want to thank my booth partner, Shuttle Walker, and our tracker, of course, Moist Mogwai. And we will see you guys next race. Take care.